I have a new extinct species I want to go look for.
Ooh.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. Let me preface this by saying that I feel pretty confident that through the many, many years, I have a pretty comprehensive list of all the missing, lost, extinct animals.
Yeah.
Never heard of this one before 2 days ago.
Oh, wow.
Not joking. Well, and for me, that's like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, where's this been hiding?
Yeah.
Pun intended.
You've done thorough research on these things.
Pretty thorough. So anyway, there was a lizard, a skink specifically, in the Tongan Islands that grew up to 18 inches, which for a skink
That's
is
huge.
a really big skink, right? Like
Yeah.
most skinks are like, the ones we get in California are like this big.
Yeah.
So it's a big ass skink. Disappeared, first documented in the early 19th century by French scientists who went to Tonga, to the Tongan Islands, disappeared. Haven't seen it in, 100 plus years, right? Well, new research published by the IUCN suggests that maybe living in a remote area in southern Tonga, in the, I'm trying to pull up the name here, EUA National Park,
Iwa.
I don't know, in Kalu Island, in Tonga, these skinks may have persisted. And the reason being, kind of like, remember that mole we talked about in South Africa where my friend was like, yeah, we see him all the time. My dog kills like 3 a day.
Right.
This Tongan skink is subterrestrial, so it lives under the ground.
Oh.
So it's this big skink lives under the ground. It's only active at night or comes out during heavy rains. So people wouldn't be seeing it. And Tongan folklore, which is around, there's a name for it, but it's basically like a negative deity, right? Like if you see one come out, it means bad things are coming.
Okay.
So it's been around in oral Tongan folklore for hundreds and hundreds of years and persisted until today among like Tongan people in these areas. But Western science is just like, oh, it's gone because we brought in cats and dogs and all of that. So they just sort of assumed it was gone.
Yeah.
But there are new stories coming out from the Tongan people in the area going, yeah, the skink like came out. There's a volcano coming or whatever.
Right.
So there's like this bit of, it's tiny, tiny shreds of evidence, but this tiny, tiny shreds of evidence that these rare sightings of this allegedly extinct skink.
Allegedly extinct skink.
Skink. Try to say that
it
3 times.
Yeah.
Allegedly extinct skink. Allegedly, oh, fuck.
Allegedly extinct stink. Allegedly
Skink.
extinct.
You're done.
It's impossible.
Anyway, but yeah, so there are these reports coming out that this big old skink could still be there.
Well, what's the optimism based on?
Based on the rumors of the local people that are having sightings.
Okay.
Around the negative deity of what it is, around the folklore that it's a bad omen.
And they're just very rare to see
So
because they're buried.
This
Yeah.
photo, if you're listening, come take a look. It's cool. It's the only 2 specimens of the giant Tongan ground skink that have ever been collected.
Ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It-
I think it's really cool.
It's huge.
So they just basically stay underground their entire
that's a
lives.
beefy. It's not just long.
No,
it's
fucking big, dude.
Yeah.
All right, let's play a game here.
It's like iguana size.
We're going to play a game. You ready?
Yeah.
We did this once on a bonus, and I liked the way it shook out. Your name is Forrest Galante. You are an intrepid explorer who likes to look for lost species. You've
Yeah.
just learned about the giant Tongan ground skink,
Mhm.
and you have $100,000 budget to go there and find it. Forget about TV shows and all that.
Not
You just-
making a show.
You're not pitching a show. You're just telling me what you're going to do to go and survey for and try and find the ground skink.
Oh, boy.
All right, Peter, you're up first. What are you going to do? How are you going to find us this big old Lizzie?
Oh, so I got to find it. It's buried. Well, okay. I mean, this is pretty easy. You got to be simple. You got to get them to come out. They're a negative deity, right? Negative deity, whatever you said.
One of those words.
It's, you just go. And what you got to do is you just got to start serial killing the Tongan people.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I mean, just, sneak. So they don't know that you've come to the town, right?
Okay.
And people just start disappearing.
Okay.
And then that's when these lizards appear.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So okay.
So murder is your strategy.
Well, yeah, and then you save about, you save $98,000 for yourself.
I was
Okay.
gonna go similar but different, because the Tongan folklore says that when one of these comes out, something bad's about to happen.
Correct.
Right.
So I'm gonna basically go into some towns, villages. I don't know exactly what it looks like there, and I'm just gonna ask around. Who's the oldest person?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to talk to them
Mm-hmm.
and find someone who's really hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, sure.
And then I'm just gonna kind of hang out around their house and wait for it to pop out. How long do I have on $100,000? I could probably live there for
Couple years
Couple
at least.
years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Easily. Easily.
Spend much of my time snorkeling these beautiful waters.
Tonga's amazing. I love Tonga.
Oh, you've been there?
I have, yeah. Not to this park where the skink is, but to Vavau and Tongatapu.
How far is it from? Where is Tonga?
It's between Samoa and Australia, if that helps.
Oh, okay. So it's way down there.
Yeah.
In the South Pacific, if you will.
Yep.
Yeah.
Near.
Yep.
Oh, it's past Fiji.
It's further out to sea from Australia than Fiji. If that
Got
makes
it.
sense.
Okay.
I love Tonga. With Jess and I went there for 2 weeks. Absolutely loved it.
What kind of stuff are you doing?
Played some rugby,
Uh-huh.
which was fun. Did a lot of diving and spearfishing. Went and killed a pig. I didn't do the pig killing, but went with the Tongan guys and they killed a pig and we did an umu, like the in-ground oven.
Yep.
And then I caught a lot of sea snakes. Great diving and fishing. I wanted to go do. It's one of the places you can do the humpback whales. Like type in Tonga Vavau humpbacks. Or there you go. You can see it right there. So it's one of the places you can go there. We missed them by like 4 days. They left like 4 days.
You
before
swim
we
with
got
them?
there. Yeah.
Wow.
They're super friendly. They come in. The diving's incredible there. Spearfishing. I shot my first dogtooth tuna there. It was great.
It's crazy. It's just such a tiny little island, right?
Mhm.
It's a series of islands,
Yeah,
right?
a bunch of little
okay.
islands. Yeah. But yeah, Tonga was amazing. I'd love to go back. Go look for this lizard and hang out with old people.
So what's your actual strategy? You gonna build the cement barrier in the ground?
Maybe. I
Fill
haven't
it
really
with
given
water?
any thought yet. I mean, I think you just want to go, as miserable as this sounds, all honesty, I think you just want to go in the height of the wet season
Yeah.
and just cruise around at night with a flashlight and you'd be getting swamp foot and you'd be in monsoons and you'd probably have to evacuate a couple times. You just have to spend time hoofing it, looking for the thing to come out. Because if it lives underground, when it gets flooded, it comes out, right?
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think that's how you'd have to do it. It's a miserable survey.
It's not a fun shoot.
Right. And it's funny because when you think about, the stuffy British guy who went there and was like, it's extinct. You're certain he looked up best time of year to visit Tonga, dry season, October, right? And was like, went for 8 days, was like, what a lovely place. This lizard's gone.
Well, that's what you guys would have done.
No, we would have done the way I just said, which really sucks. But, that's that's the problem is like you would go there not during monsoon season for obvious like safety reasons and then be like, nah, I can't find it anywhere. It's gone.